fit illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
Well, for right now, you got Fatty till Big Bry gets in here. He'll be in here soon. But I want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight, watching live. Give us that like and subscribe on our channels at Ham Illegal, and also Network 216, which is at network_216, as we are bringing you some new content coming out here soon. Just got confirmation, but we got it all lined up with us here at Legal Ham to the Face on Tuesdays. You got Game Time 216 on Mondays and Wednesdays. You also got the Man Cave with Off the Rails and all his shenanigans, I believe, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then soon coming up, we will have a fantasy football pod coming out. We will also have Factory and Mock Drafts will be making an appearance back. We have Rust Belt Rivalry coming back. We got Lake Effect Lounge on Friday nights with myself and Brian Pillow. So we have a whole bunch of shows for you guys and content for you guys to watch here on Network 216. So thank you guys so much for joining. I hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Saturday was a little rainy, but Monday it kind of cleared out. It was nice out. It was beautiful out. And also, with that being said, I said it at the end of the show last Tuesday, Memorial Day holds a special place in all of our hearts. And thank the service members and first responders for everything you guys do for our country and for us. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do anything we do here. You guys keep us safe and you guys protect us, and without any hesitation. And like Bryce said, I've lost a friend overseas. It's a tough thing. You still think about those people and everybody else that you might have forgot. But Memorial Day is a day to remember and thank all those heroes that have fallen for us, for our country and for our best interest. And you can't thank them enough for the sacrifice that they make, but also their families make. It's a sacrifice of none other. So want to thank everybody out there, as I got friends. I got Big Matt. I got, let's see here, Miguel, Little Miguel. I got people in the armed services everywhere. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. What is going on? Thank you so much for joining in tonight. So yeah, it's we got to talk tonight when Brian gets in here. We're going to be talking tonight's show sheet. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Cavs. God, what an embarrassment that was. We'll dive into that. Also, we are going to talk Browns, some summer hack topics that we always like to do. We will be talking about, we'll do trivia, which is my turn for trivia tonight, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. And if you can adopt a city dog, please do it from City Dogs Cleveland. You can go find them on all their socials at City CLE Dogs. And if you can't find them, go to search Friends of City Dogs Cleveland. And that's where all the volunteers and everything is. So if you can volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a city dog, please do that. Also, Fat Boy Tuesday. Here in Cleveland, we had the rib cook-off over in Berea at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. So we're going to talk a little ribs tonight, what we like in our ribs, whether it be bite, sauce, however you want it. So we're going to be talking ribs tonight. And then we are polishing it off with the top three. And I believe we are talking about fun things to do with a family during summer. Because both Brian and I have children. Brian's child is a little bit smaller than mine. My boys are turning 13 this year. Jesus, 13. Got teenagers coming up, and that's no fun. But we're going to talk about some fun summer things that we like to do with our kids, especially when it's finally nice outside. get out. It's not snowing, anything else. And, enough said about the Cavs. They're definitely fishing. It was an embarrassment of all embarrassments on that front. James is in here. Welcome, James. Thank you guys so much for coming in. The embarrassment of all embarrassments with the Cavs. Holy cow. I never thought that would happen in a million years to that magnitude. And we'll get into it here a little bit later, but I got some hot takes on that one, and it's you don't know what to do with the team. So coming up. So Claire, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got a whole bunch of stuff. By the way, the summer hack topic that we're going to do is a lot of people are giving a lot of buzz about Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson and the quarterback battle in May. So we'll get into that. Big Bry is here now. I'll bring him in. So Bry, already went through the show rundown, gave our support to the troops and everything else for Memorial Day. How are you doing, my friend? I'll let you take over for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just got to get the headphones situated here. Sorry, what's the rundown? What's Fat Boy Tuesday?
Fat Boy Tuesday is ribs and what we like in our ribs.
Oh, that's right. Rib cook-off season.
It was over Memorial Weekend. They showed the contestants there at the Berea, Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds with the rib cook-off that was there. I believe Mojo won best sauce, and there were some other places in there. So it is rib cook-off. It is pork season, buddy. It is grilling season. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk the top 3 summer favorite things to do with your family. And then obviously Cavs and then the Browns summer hack topic. And I do have trivia for you tonight, Bry. But hey, bud, how you doing? First off, how was Miss Maddie's birthday? Because she is freaking adorable, my friend. Oh my God. And the curls that she has.
Pearls? I didn't see
Curls.
Pictures of, we don't get down like that.
No, I said curls.
Oh, curls. Sorry.
Not pearls.
Yeah. I was about to say, I didn't think she was wearing pearls in any. No, it was great. We ended up, we were supposed to go to, there's an alpaca farm here in Medina called Majestic Meadows, which if you have kids and you've never been and they love animals, I highly suggest that. So that was the original plan to go there. But because of the weather, they were calling, we were tracking it all week. They kept saying storms on Saturday, and then there was a window like midday Saturday, but then on Friday they were calling for like 70% chance of rain around 2 or 3. So we had to call an audible. We went up to a place at South Park Mall there in Strongsville called Kids Empire. Have you ever heard this or been there?
Oh yeah.
With your boys have been there?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Is there one in Olmsted, I guess?
Yes, there's one similar like that in North Olmsted.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we were told.
It's in Great Northern, but yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So she went there with some cousins and just had a blast. Me, it was, as a parent, your first experience someplace like that, it was just sheer madness, especially on a Saturday afternoon where it's kind of dreary outside. But yeah, she had so much fun. She had a blast. Then we did cake, and then we went out for some barbecue after that. So all around, unbelievable time.
Now, tell me, did you go down the slide also? Because I saw videos.
By herself, no. Her mom would not let her go down the slide by herself. I thought she could have because her one cousin who's 5 weeks younger than her, he went down the slide by himself. And I don't know if you saw the video of that. He's laid out like a starfish. You saw that one?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm asking, did you go down the slide?
I went down with her. Yeah, holding her in my lap a couple times. So yeah, it was unbelievable. Do you mind if I jump off here just because I'm having issues with the headphones? They're not connecting. So if I jump out, I can jump back in, and then hopefully we can roll from there.
All right, we'll do trivia as soon as you come back, buddy.
You the man. Thank
All
you.
right. Yep. So Brian will be back with us. That's what we love. The wonderful audio technical issues that we always have. So it's all right. Do you think? All right, James. What am I thinking? Come back to that one. I hope everybody else in the chat and watching live had a great Memorial weekend. I really do, especially with a holiday weekend. Even though I had to work, which kind of blows, but it is what it is with my line of work that I do. But I was home in time for breakfast, so that was kind of a bonus. But man, I'm still kind of upset about the Cavs. Like I want to flip a table. Like that's how upset I am about the Cavs. Like I want to go angry panda with the Cavs, Bri. Like
You're not alone.
Just want to, but we do have to get in our trivia. Do you have any shout outs you want to get out?
Yeah, let me clean up the shout outs because we were kind of quick last week because of the Cavs game, so I got some important ones. Let me chronologically. You touched on my daughter's birthday turning 2. Last weekend or 2 weekends ago, we went out to Chicago, spent some time with my brother and family, and it was just awesome. Awesome to see her interacting with her cousins and them just loving on her was just something very special as a dad. I'm sure you can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a great time out in Chicago. Last weekend was my daughter's birthday. This coming Friday is my wife's birthday. They're 1 week apart to make it easy for a dummy like me to remember. So shout out to my wife. Happy birthday coming up on Friday.
You're going to be 25 now?
25 again. Yeah. I swear she celebrated 25 last year, but she swears it's 25 again. So
hey, that's amazing. 25 is a magical number.
Plus about a decade, but yeah, we'll go with 25 because that makes her feel better. So happy wife, happy life. And then you mentioned it at the end of last week's show. You mentioned it, and I'm guessing you probably already did your shout outs because you had a buddy, Raymond, I believe, was your buddy from high school. Yes. I have a buddy from high school who passed away while serving our country. So let me shout out the Grella family and Devin Grella, who passed away. Gosh, it's been probably about 20 years now that he's been gone. And so still think about him all the time and the fun that we had, and just prayers and thinking about a lot of families who have gone through hell and just the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and so we can be free, and gave up the opportunity to grow old with their family for us. And so yeah, it's a hard holiday to really think about all that goes into it, but certainly our gratitude should be felt every single day for those people who gave that sacrifice and put it all on the line for this country and for your freedom and for my freedom. So thank you to them. Thank you to the families who have been dealing with it and struggling with the loss of a loved one, and usually very young when they lose them. So yeah, thoughts and prayers to them. Lots of love to them. So I think that's it for my shout outs that I got.
All right, bud. Well, we do have trivia tonight, which is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. It is my turn for trivia. So, Bri, I have to ask you, my friend, do you want New York Knicks trivia or do you want NBA trivia?
NBA trivia, and I got NBA trivia for you too, because I'm gonna throw something back. We'll see what yours is, but I got a fun one too.
Okay.
I don't want to hold it for next week. I should have talked to you beforehand, but this could be the last show before my summer sabbatical. Now that the Cavs season is over, if they make a big move or something, Giannis, LeBron comes back, and maybe I'll jump back in.
So next week is your summer sabbatical?
Next week is a start. Yeah, golf. Golf season has started on Mondays, and so I said, well, I want to at least see it through the Cavs postseason run.
All right. So with that being said, Brian will be on his sabbatical next week. That means I'll be fishing for a co-host. So Brian will be back joining us probably around, let's say, about August?
Yeah, end of July, early August, something like that. But like I said, if you need somebody to hop in, I'm usually watching. It's just tough with the commitments that I have in the summertime to leave my wife hanging for too many nights in a row.
And
might not be married by the end of the summer.
It's also summertime, so there might be times where we will go a couple weeks without a show. I might take a week off here and there.
Sure, absolutely, well deserved.
We'll bring it back whenever we bring it back. So with that being said, next week there will be no illegal ham to the face show next week. We will take a break.
You deserve a break. I agree.
And we will go from there, and then we'll bring it back the following week. But let me play the sounder, Bri. Let's get into this trivia. I think this is the right one. Nope. There it is. All right, trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland. If you can adopt a city dog, please do it. And if you can't adopt, please volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a city dog from City Dogs Cleveland. They're on the west side. I believe it's like West 50th? Somewhere over in there, that area.
Yeah, over by Edgewater, kind of.
Yes. So if you can, please go help them out and adopt a dog from City Dogs Cleveland. All right, Bryce. So you said NBA trivia. All right. So I'm going to come at you here. So there are 10 teams. Now, New York is going to the finals first time since 1999. Crazy to think that. But there are 10 teams that have never won a world championship, an NBA world championship. Bri?
Okay.
5 of those teams have never made it to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name me the 5 teams that have never been to the finals?
I can try. Okay. Well, I got one. I'm blanking. Well, okay. All right. I forgot about them. Okay. Yeah, I got a couple.
Yes, there are 5.
5 never made it.
All right.
Okay. I got 3. I'll try to come up with the other 2.
Okay. Now, Bri, let's see here. Cavs and Nate.
Sure.
We got dialogues in here just firing away. Cavs.
Keep believing.
All right, Bryce. So what is your trivia back to me? We're doing double trivia tonight.
Double trivia, kind of almost triple trivia, because I got 2, but they're in the same ballpark. So it's NBA MVP trivia. And so first one, who was the last American-born MVP to win it? Because SGA is from Canada, so he's your back-to-back MVP. So it wasn't him. Who was the last American-born MVP? That's your first one. Your second one, in the last 20 years, there have been 5 guys to win the MVP multiple times. Can you give me those 5 guys?
Can I get the first one out of the road real quick, and then I'll work on the last one?
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking. Russell Westbrook?
Good guess. Not Russell Westbrook.
Curry?
You want to keep going? Yeah. Let's get that out of the way. No, not Curry. Good guess. Also, both those guys have won MVPs, but they weren't the most recent.
Leonard. Kawhi.
Not Kawhi. Nope, not Kawhi.
Can you give me a hint? Because now I'm fishing.
He's right in front of your face.
LeBron was the last one to win it?
Not LeBron. More in your face than LeBron.
Right in front of my face. James Harden?
There you go.
Shut the fuck up.
2018. I did not stutter. 8 years it's been since an American-born player has won it.
And he won it with Rockets?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, Jesus God. That's horrible.
Your MVP, James Harden.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's bump the Cleveland headlines, and we will get the rest of the trivia here a little bit later. But, man, we got to get into some hairy shit, Brian. Bri, the last time we talked, they were just starting the Knicks series. And amazing how quickly it is over the next time that we talk.
Did not make it 1 week.
We did not even, Bri, the words that come to mind are embarrassment, disappointment, my God, just an all-around just choke job. And it started out right out of the gate after the first game, and it ended all the way to fucking last night watching that. Just, Bri, I don't even know what to say. Like, our team did not even show up. Like, they showed up the first game. Bri, first off, let's go back. They blew a 22-point lead with 6 minutes left in the game.
1 week ago.
To lose in overtime. Then they lose again the next night, and then they come back to Cleveland, and Brian, they acted like they didn't even want to fucking play basketball. Like, they could not hit. Brian, I have never seen a team go so cold on wide open shots than I seen the Cavs. And it was, but the best quote of the whole series was our coach, Kenny Atkinson. Because, Brian, that sounded like some Brownsian shit. And I actually put this out there. Well, technically, we would be 2-2 right now, analytically. Analytically, we're 2-2 in this series right now. That's kind of like the Browns going, yeah, we're 4-13, but analytically, we should have made the playoffs. What a stupid comment that was. I mean, all around, this whole 4 games with the Knicks was just a shit show, Bri. I mean, what were your thoughts, especially blowing the 22-point lead? Let's go back to game 1. Blowing that lead and then losing in overtime. And hey, Bri, by the way, you only scored, I believe it was 1 fucking point in overtime is what you scored.
Yeah, I mean, well, so we'll address the Kenny Atkinson comments, and then we can move on, because it was something very dumb of him to say, well, analytically, we should be winning 2 games, and they're 1 game. And nobody wants to hear that. So 2 people came to my mind when he said that. One was a poker. Remember when the World Series of Poker took over and everybody was watching it every week? Mm-hmm. There was a poker player who was just, I think his nickname was the Brat. His name is Phil Hellmuth. Oh, yeah. He had a quote. He said to somebody one time, I guess if luck wasn't involved, I would win every single time. And so that's kind of the same thing that Kenny Atkinson was saying. Well, our process is, and we're playing better than them, so we should be. Give me a break. That's not how sports work. And then the other person that came to mind was Pat Shurmur. And anytime a Cleveland coach is compared to Pat Shurmur, it's not a good thing. And just the fact that he's in self-preservation mode at this time, because he knows everybody's coming for him, especially after game number 1. Everybody's saying the coach single-handedly lost the game for us in game 1. And so he's feeling that pressure. And so he's just trying to save his job. And he's trying to say, you heard after game 2, our processes were correct. We were doing the right process, and everybody was saying it. And so that was his message. And then his message after game 3 was, well, if you look at the analytics, we're playing better than they are. And again, especially when you aren't even coming close to winning these games. We lost all 4 games by double digits. So you can't say, like, if we were losing by 2 or 3 points and, it's a matter of possession here, possession there, okay, maybe.
But yeah, give me a break. After last week's game 1, like I was sitting here in this chair watching the game, and I was almost in disbelief the whole game. I didn't text anybody. Usually I'm texting you, I'm texting my brother, I'm texting a couple other guys watching Cavs. And I didn't want to text you. Oh, they're looking great. Oh, I can't believe, we're putting it to them like this, because I was just in disbelief.
I was
and
too.
I was in disbelief when they started coming back too. I'm like, okay, we have this huge lead. There's no way they're gonna. Okay, they hit 3 shots in a row, whatever. We're just gonna run the clock out, and we'll end up winning by 5 or 7 points or something like that. But then Jalen Brunson, they do the same play 5 possessions in a row, and we switch James Harden onto him 5 consecutive times, and he goes 5 for 5 with those shots. He scores 11 points. He scores 11 points. And before maybe we finally took a timeout, which was just the worst thing a coach can do. When they're doing the exact same thing and it just keeps working time and time and time again, they just keep getting more and more momentum every time. The last one was a 3-pointer from like 30 feet. And so just terrible. Nothing good that you can say about Kenny Atkinson there. And then we even had a shot at the end of that game with Sam Merrill, to where that's as close to a make as you can have in the NBA. It threw the announcer off. He was getting ready to do his patented call and ball game, and okay, this was nice story, them coming all the way back, but we still end up winning the game. But then once you knew it was going to overtime, we didn't have a shot. Our guys are gassed. Everything we're trying is not working, and they have 10,000% of the momentum. So yes, what happened is what you thought would happen, and now we're down 0-1. And then I really feel like game 2, we're still reeling from game 1. They're still on the high from game 1, and then that's kind of how game 2 went. And then game 3, I felt like was the truest test of the Cavs versus the Knicks. And the Knicks, games 3 and games 4, the Knicks they proved that they were the better team. You're talking about all these words that are going through your head. There are 2 words going through my head, and for the Cavs, and that was inferior team. They were just the better team. That's why I can't get too upset about game 1, because had we won game 1, we're probably losing in 5 anyways. So what's the difference if we lose between 4 and 5?
I get that, but still, it's a 22-point lead that you just
you can't do it. Unacceptable.
I don't
Unacceptable.
give a shit if we would have fucking lost 4 in a row after that. At least you had game 1. You took 1 in their building. Like, that's what you needed to do. I even called it out that night. I said, hey, this is a night that they could take that game. I called it out and I said, hey, be serious. And it just, oh my God.
It was what we thought. The Knicks are going to come out a little rusty because they've been sitting around for a week not playing competitive basketball. And it was close. We basically played the first half to a stalemate, but that third quarter, that was the one quarter in the whole series that we dominated. One quarter in the whole series we dominated was that third quarter. Then they came back and they dominated us in the fourth and in overtime. And so, I look to not so much Kenny Atkinson, even though he put in his foot in his mouth time and time again. And if he gets fired, I won't lose any sleep over it. But I look more towards go ahead. If you want to talk about Kenny Atkinson, sure.
Well, so James came in here and said, do you think Atkinson needs to be replaced?
Sure. I would, just because I don't think he gives you an advantage anywhere. I don't feel like there's a big difference from JB Bickerstaff to Kenny Atkinson that we've had as a team.
No. Well, sources have come out on ESPN saying that he's sticking around.
I would assume that. Yeah, I would assume that.
So, the Cavs took an illegal ham to the face. Dialogue, you are killing it tonight on all of these. Oh, my God. So Bri, with that being said and everything, I got in a huge argument with one of the guys from Network 216, and we were arguing about Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar. He is not this. He is not that. He is not that. And I'm like, well, he's a superstar for this team. I'm like, and we got into a heated argument because, and there was times that, I'm not going to lie, I even said him. There was times that Donovan Mitchell was disengaged. There was times where he looked tired. He looked slow. Came out during the third quarter last night about his mental health, which I'm not judging anybody on mental health because I got my own mental health issues. So, but it came out, there was mental health issues. There was this, there was that. And he goes, stars need to step up. He goes, Brunson stepped up for the Knicks. Donovan's supposed to step up for us. And I'm like, but he can only do so much with the rest of the team just going over. So I want to know your thoughts on Donovan Mitchell throughout this playoff series, because it wasn't good, but is he a superstar, Bri? Because a lot of people are saying he's not.
Yeah, I think it depends on what your definition of superstar is. If you think there's 50 superstars in the NBA, certainly he's a superstar. I would almost view it as there's 5 to 7 elite players in the NBA that can put the team on their back night in and night out whenever you need them to. I don't think he's that, but I think he's in that next tier, and I would call them superstars as well.
Mm-hmm.
To 7 to 20 or something like that. And so anybody who's bagging on Donovan Mitchell and saying he's not a superstar, I can listen. If you want to give that argument that he's not that guy, he's not that elite guy who's going to lead you to a championship, I would listen to that. But I would also come back to them with, okay, if it's almost 2 separate arguments to where, okay, we can have a Donovan Mitchell conversation, but ultimately we're Cavs fans, so we can have a Cavs situation or a Cavs conversation. So once we're talking about the Cavs, okay, if Donovan Mitchell isn't that superstar, what do we do from here? That's where the Cavs are at. You're stuck with Donovan Mitchell. You can't unless you want to just blow it up and have a complete rebuild. This is what you're stuck with. Not stuck with sounds like I'm putting Donovan Mitchell down, and I'm not. I don't want to. I believe in him. I believe he just needs more help. Like most people think that James Harden is just washed up and not a big time player in the playoffs. And so my argument for Donovan Mitchell is, who's the best player he's had to play with? You're probably going to say James Harden or Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
And I mean,
was there anybody at Utah that?
Well, I guess I'm maybe talking more in Cleveland, but even Utah. Okay. Yeah, if you want to go back to Utah, I don't really care to have that argument because I don't care about what he did in Utah. He had Gobert, but yeah, like my argument would be, I think he's good enough. You just need, in today's NBA, unless you're going to be the Thunder and have a bunch of stars around your superstar, or the Knicks, like, you look at how the Knicks are constructed around Brunson. You put Anunoby, you put Bridges around Donovan Mitchell, he can do the exact same thing. Like, these are big wings. So my issue is not with Donovan Mitchell. My issue is with the construction around Donovan Mitchell. So Evan Mobley still can't get his own shot. He's been in the league 5-7 years. You can't give him the ball and say, go get your own shot. He can't do it. I saw him trying to back down a smaller guy yesterday, and he's having trouble with that.
I got so pissed off at that. I know exactly what you're talking about. He had Hart on him, and I can't remember who else he had on him. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, and he tried to drive around him like he was trying to blow by him. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You are 7 foot tall. Put your ass in his face and back his ass down in the paint. Like, what is going on here? And he can't do it. He can't do it. Now, with you saying roster construction, so, Bri, next question. Mm-hmm. What do you do with Kobe Altman?
Oh, I would have got rid of it. I would have got rid of Kobe Altman years ago because, okay, after I gave him a mulligan after the first season or the first series with the Knicks. Okay. All right. Now we know what we're up against. We're not close. And so the fact that he kept running that same team back until February this year when you had to trade Darius Garland and the only thing you could get was James Harden. It's unacceptable. I recognize that this team was not built to compete with the Knicks, was not built to compete with the Celtics. And now we have all these other teams like, the Cavs are anywhere, depending on how confident and how just nice you're going to be to Cavs and Cavs fans. They're anywhere from the third to the sixth best team in the East. Like, can you definitively say we're better than the Pistons? Can you definitively say we're better than the Sixers if they're healthy? Can you definitively say we're better than the Raptors or the Hawks? The Hawks beat the Knicks twice. I know it was 1-point games, but they didn't get blown out. I think we are. But I would at least listen to the argument that we're not.
But the thing is with the Hawks, though, the Hawks tanked to get to play the Knicks. They didn't want to play us anymore. They went away from us because they knew they couldn't beat us. The Raptors are up and coming, and I'm not saying they're not. Detroit's up and coming. The thing with the roster, Magic like I said, the Magic were just injured, so they got Banchero and everybody else. The Sixers, when they have Embiid, they're a beast, but without Embiid, they're just Embiid's never healthy, but Maxey took a step this year. Maxey and Ekam took a step this year. So
Paul George.
Oh yeah,
still got.
I mean, this is going to be a tough East coming up, and what I'm more concerned about than anything else is all those teams. If you talk about those teams, Bride, they're teams. They're not individuals. Yes, they have Cade Cunningham, but they have people around Cade to help contribute. Same with Jalen Johnson. They brought in people to go around Jalen Johnson. Even Banchero. Banchero's got Suggs. He's got the Wagners. He's got, all the help that he can get. I feel like the construction around Donovan Mitchell and this Cavs team has been so poorly mismanaged. It is horrendous. And plus the fact that you're in the second apron of contracts is comical because guess what? New York's not there. Hey, they're going to the finals. But yet you're the one blowing out all the money for people that you want to be superstars that are not superstars. Evan Mobley, I will give him one more year, Bri, but I can't do it anymore with him. It takes 35 minutes for him to put up a shot if he wants to put up a shot because he's still afraid to put up that three-pointer unless he's wide open. Okay. Plus it takes him, 35 years to wind that thing up from his ankles all the way to the top. It was like those old school, you remember the old punch with the quarters. You just pop them up with the quarters. With the quarter
the boxing game?
Yeah. Just so slow. Just so slow. But then you have Jarrett Allen. I don't know what to do with Jarrett Allen. Max Strus plays hard, but Max Strus isn't the answer. Jalen Tyson's new to this. Dennis Schroeder looked old as shit in this series. Craig Porter Jr. never got any playing time. Who is your hustle guy? Bryant finally got playing time, got some minutes for you. So I don't know what to do with this team, but I think the way it's constructed now, you need to blow up some pieces and start getting rid of some stuff because obviously this isn't working. And it hasn't been working ever since you guys tried to do the two smalls and two bigs. It's not working.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been a broken record with the Garland and Mitchell and the Allen and Mobley every year. And it's, don't get me wrong, I'm going to sound all show like I'm just complaining. And this was a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals, so there's something to be said about that. Mm-hmm. I feel like we're in a position where the Browns were in 2021 when they made the Deshaun Watson deal. to where they had to have a very honest conversation with themselves. Say, we've had some success with this team. We have some great players on this team, but right now we're somewhere between the third and the sixth best team in our conference. And the only way to change that is we have to go all in on a move. And the Browns did it, and it completely blew up in their face. And so there's plenty of Browns fans that are out there that'll say, what a terrible move. Much rather have Baker. If we had Baker Mayfield today, we would be the same team that the Cavs are. Now, it's a little different in football because there's injuries are so prevalent, and it's just one game. And so anything can happen in one game. As we saw when Baker Mayfield played the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes got hurt in the first half, did not come out for the second half, and we got a gift from God, and we got to play Chad Henne in the second half against the Chiefs. We still couldn't beat him.
Fuck Chad Henne.
So that's that's where I feel like the Cavs are now, getting swept by the Knicks. Not even winning one game. We couldn't even win one game. That's like Chad Henne beating you in the second half. So that should show you that you're not close to a championship. And we started this playoffs by me saying, if you want to be a true championship contender, Evan Mobley will be your fourth best player. Right now, he's your first or your second or your third best player. And so when Evan Mobley is your second or third best player, you're not really going to be close to the Knicks. You're not going to be close to the Celtics. Provided the Sixers are healthy, I wouldn't pick us to beat the Sixers.
Dialogue, I'm loving you. He said, "Can I give you all 3 Lakers rings?" This is sad. What we're talking. So Brian, what big moves, what big splash do the Cavs need to make then? Because obviously they don't have any first round picks anymore because they're gone because of Donovan Mitchell. So what big move, what big swing do they need? Is it Giannis? Is it the Giannis trade? But the bad thing is it's a Giannis rental for 1 year.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the this is the difficult part because I'm not super in tune with the Cavs cap situation. I heard a little bit today from Brian Windhurst about with the James Harden deal, him opting out and then you signing him and then deferring the money. That might free you up from the second apron. So that might allow you to do some things. How much can you realistically acquire Giannis? It sounds like as long as we're talking about it, it's at least possible. But it's most likely going to take Evan Mobley. And so I told you at the trade deadline, I would have given up Evan Mobley back then.
And I would have too, but I think Milwaukee is looking for picks also. And guess what? You don't have the picks to package with Mobley.
That's where this is the third team, 3-team trade that it's almost like I was thinking the other day. It's almost like I wish Andrew Berry was the GM of the Cavs because I feel like he's really good at manipulating the salary cap. Not always the best at picking players and assessing wide receiver and offensive line talent, but as far as manipulating the cap, this is what the Cavs need for this offseason to try to get, the two big ones we're going to be talking about all offseason until they are resolved there, LeBron and Giannis. So if there's a way we can get one of those two, I think you have to do it. If you could get both of them, shoot. I think you're right back on. Now it's a short-term fix. If you want to be competitive like the Steelers for 10 years, hang on to Evan Mobley. If you get Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell for the rest of his career, you'll probably make the playoffs for 10 years. You'll probably never make a finals, but or do you want to just go all in and say, hey, our window is 2 or 3 years with these guys, and then we'll figure out the mess after that, go into the tank for a couple of years, whatever. So it depends on what you want.
All right. So with that being said, we're going to hop off the Cavs, but I'm going to say, prepare for things to happen. There are going to be moves made.
I hope.
They need to. Especially if they're keeping Kenny Atkinson, there's going to be moves made. It's not going to be the same team that we had this year. And Kenny coming out and saying, well, we've only had this team for 2.5 months. That's bullshit, Kenny. You had most of this team all
Another
fucking
excuse.
year. You had this team most of the year. You just got James Harden in the past couple months. So don't give me that shit. Root Vegetables one here. Thank you for chiming in. He said, okay, I know the answer to this one. Which player would you think most likely let you use his socks to make tea with? I'm going to go Jarrett Allen.
All right. Your answer is good enough for me.
I don't know, Brian. I don't know. All right, Brian.
I mean, well, something needs to happen. My fear, and it has come true over the last several off seasons, that Kenny Altman sits on his hands and does nothing of significance. You know, okay, we re-signed Sam Merrill and let Ty Jerome go last year. That didn't really make us better. So
would you
yes, he made. I don't know. At the time, I would have said yes, but after going through this season, I don't know, because I feel like Sam Merrill had some really good games in the playoffs, and so as much as I hated on him, I think there were times where he played pretty well. But yeah, if the Cavs in the Knicks series, if the Cavs hit 70% of their open shots, I think you're competitive. Like Game 3, I thought the Cavs actually played pretty well to hang with them. The Knicks were just hitting. I swear they hit every turnaround fadeaway, didn't even hit the rim. Everyone was a swish. And that's where guys like Bridges and I want to say Ogunjobi, but I know it's not Ogunjobi. OG Anunoby, these big wings. That's what that's what's going to give you problems with the Celtics. That's what gave you It wasn't Jalen Brunson. You know, Jalen Brunson is a very good player, and certainly in Game 1 he took over. But Anunoby and Bridges, I mean, it's not spectacular. They're not putting up these great numbers, but these big wings are just you have nothing to combat that with. Your only answer is Dean Wade, and you're trying to put Dean Wade on Brunson. So you have nothing to answer that, because again, back to the roster construction. You have no big wings because we have two big men that we've invested how many tens of millions of dollars in that basically do the same thing. Allen and Mobley do the same thing, except Mobley can shoot threes sometimes. That's it.
Sometimes. And also, Brian, the transition defense. Like, I watched James Harden throw up a 3, and they got a fast break fucking 2 points out of it. Like, just it happened like 6 times, Brian. 6 times. And I'm like,
you're talking last night's game?
Yes. I'm like, what is going on? Like, and you had 14 people crashing the board. Next thing you know, I see OG Anunoby just streaking out. Like, he's like, oh, yeah, I got this all day. Boom, layup. And there's nobody around him. Nobody.
Yeah, you think of the 4 guys on the court with Brunson, and they're all stars. Like, you probably take they probably have 5 of the top 7 players in the series, 5 of the top 6 maybe players in the series. So yeah, there's no question. I pray, and again, I don't know the financials, but I pray that Kobe Altman, because sounds like he's probably going to keep his job another year, because Dan Gilbert, I think, is, even though he's become more vocal on Twitter, I guess, and tweeting after the games, you know, he's had his health issues, and so he's kind of almost taken a step back. So he needs somebody that he trusts to run the Cavs, and that appears to be Kobe Altman. I just wish he would force Kobe Altman to do more stuff to make this team better, because they could sell it as, well, we made it to the conference finals, and so that's further than we've ever gone before. So let's just mature next year, and Evan Mobley will get better, and blah, blah, blah. We hear it every offseason.
Yeah.
But it's not, you're winning every series that you've won, other than the Heat series where they completely gave up. You've won in 7 games. So I can't even definitively say that you're a lot better than these teams that you're beating.
And with both of those games, Bri, you closed it out in 6, but you didn't.
Yeah, you blew it, and these are up and coming teams that in 2 years, 3 years, if you don't make moves, they're going to blow past you.
Oh God, yes.
The Pistons. If you don't do anything this offseason, the Pistons will be better than you next year.
I think the Pistons will be better than you next year anyways. I think the Pistons have taken a step, and I think JB Bickerstaff has done something with that team that, hey, he did it here with Cleveland for the start, and it was like, okay, Mitchell's like, I don't want JB anymore. I don't think JB is the guy, because guess what? Bickerstaff, even though he yelled at the refs all the time, he preached defense. He didn't preach offense. And look what happened. We are an offensive efficient team, but we cannot guard the three-point perimeter. We cannot guard in transition defense. We cannot do this. We cannot do that. And you got a 6'8", 6'9" small forward guard and Jalen Brunson for some odd reason. Because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden can't guard him? That's awesome.
Yeah, it would have been nice if he said, you know what? Maybe we'll put Keon Ellis out there. Like, they can't beat us. We have to beat ourselves. I'm going back to game one.
Oh yeah,
when we're up 22. Yeah, if you put Keon Ellis out there and have a guard that can guard him, so they can't switch James Harden off on him. Basically play prevent defense. But anyways, yesterday I came to the game late, and when I came to the game, we were winning 16-17, 17-16. And so I cracked my first beer, and I said, okay, this is my second beer. I never got around to drinking my second beer, because by the time I was ready for my second beer, we were down 22.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, because Mitchell came out on fire, and then it just went downhill after that. And I just said, hey, I went to bed at halftime. I'm not even going to lie. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
There's no way they're coming back from this. I'm like, I watched the entire game. I was expecting like a spurt there in the second half of like, all right, if they can get it back to, let's just say 6 or 7, like this will be a game. And they just couldn't do it, Bri. And then they just gave up. Bri, they just completely gave up. And it was like, awesome. We got this team now that just gives up.
I didn't watch 1 minute of the second half because I gave the remote to my wife, and I laid on the couch, and I said, well, if I see that they're coming back, I'll take the remote back. But until otherwise, it's yours. And then, I ended up falling asleep on the couch and went to bed at 10:45 and, checked the score. And I said, yep, that's kind of how it was trending.
All right. Well, Brian, I don't want to do a stupid summer hack topic about the Browns.
We can do the Browns real quick. Sure. Last time I get to talk about the Browns.
We got 5 minutes. All right.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving you 5 minutes because we're almost already an hour in. I'm giving you 5 minutes with the Browns.
Okay.
All right. So the summer hack topic I got in an argument with somebody bitching about Deshaun Watson being number one quarterback over Shedeur Sanders.
Are you a Shedeur guy now?
No.
Sounds like you might be a Shedeur. Okay.
No. What I was saying, because I hate both of them, and you know that. What I was saying.
Sounds like a Browns fan.
He goes, well, how is Deshaun better than Shedeur Sanders? Shedeur Sanders should get all the reps and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know, maybe because Deshaun's been in the league for 11 years and they're playing in a fucking helmet and t-shirt and shorts. Like, they got no pads on. It's 7-on-7. Like, who do you think is going to look better in that situation? And I want your honest opinion. 7-on-7, t-shirt, shorts, and helmet. You would hope that the guy that you traded for how many picks, how much money, would look better than a second-year guy in shorts and t-shirts. Like, you would hope that, right?
Oh, of course. I think, honestly, a lot has to do with Todd Monken being a football guy, being around the league for a very long time, being in college involved. He has seen what Deshaun Watson has done in college and the pros. He knows what a special talent Deshaun Watson is. Now, was as most Browns fans believe was. Mm-hmm. If I was to make a pro Deshaun Watson argument, Deshaun Watson has been elite at the quarterback position with every coach not named Kevin Stefanski. So maybe that's how Todd Monken sees it. Kevin Stefanski, really screwed this guy up. And again, I know no Browns fan is ever going to give Deshaun Watson the benefit of the doubt. But I'm just being, taking a step back, trying to view it as an outsider that Todd Monken is. And he says, Deshaun Watson's a tremendous talent. I've seen him have success at every level, and I can fix him. Whereas, Todd Monken was a part of the Ravens organization last year that wanted to draft Shedeur Sanders, but he didn't draft him in the first 4 rounds. So he couldn't think too highly of, now obviously he doesn't have a ton of say being the offensive coordinator, and they have Lamar Jackson, but I'm guessing he doesn't think that the two guys are on the same level. Now it might turn out to be, his mind has changed, but this is early in the process. So yeah, to go back to your original point, it's not a huge surprise that Todd Monken would favor Deshaun Watson at this point.
Well, plus it's like, I hate to say this, Bri, but it's the same shit with the Browns, because obviously here in Cleveland, the Browns make everything go round. And we both know that. Like, the more that we talk Browns on our show, the more viewers we get, the more people like in, they jump in and everything else. Cavs,
I'm the same way.
Definitely second and third, and I get that. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is it's like, it's not even training camp yet. This is some bullshit in May. Like, this is before Memorial Day, and you guys are arguing over this before Memorial Day. It's like, are you kidding me? It is with, I don't understand it. It's 7-on-7. Like, they're not even tackling. They're not even rushing the passer. I would hope that the guy that's been in the league for fucking 11 years or whatever he's at now can sit there and throw the ball. I just, like, it's like, okay, I don't get this. Like, why is this such a topic? Is it because it's the Browns and the Browns go round?
Just wait, buddy. You think you've had enough? You ain't seen nothing yet. We've had the Cavs to distract us. There ain't no more Cavs. Unless Cavs, like I said earlier, the LeBron and the Giannis stuff is going to be huge. This is just, we love the guards, but this isn't a diehard baseball town. And once to play 162 games and to tell me to care about every game is asinine. And so there's certain games I'll watch and I'll get up for, but at the same time, 162, even if they cut the season in half and it was 80 games, I don't know if I could get excited about every single game. But the fact that there's some people out there that think the NFL going to 18 games is just absurd. But baseball plays 162, and I'm supposed to care about each and every one of those. So it's going to be some boring times coming up. So there's going to be a lot of Cavs off-season move topics, but the Browns have churned this sports talk machine for years and years and years, and now we have two very notorious and two sides that are just very heated, with the Deshaun hate and the Shedeur love / hate. And these guys are just very polarizing. So there's going to be a lot of people saying a lot of dumb things over the next couple months. I guarantee that.
Each side,
on both sides. Yes.
On each side, there are people, and I use this quote, that are dug in like ticks on their
I don't see much Deshaun love, though. I will say that.
But there are some out there that say that he never got a fair shot, that blah, 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 blah. Like, there is still love out there for him. It's not as big as it was, because you remember for a while, it was huge between the Watson.
I don't remember ever hearing a whole lot of, like, from the moment we traded for Deshaun Watson, ESPN told you you're not allowed to root for that guy. So I think a lot of people hopped on that boat, and just the group think we can't like Deshaun Watson. And plus, there are a lot of people that love Baker Mayfield and blame Deshaun Watson for Baker Mayfield leaving here. So I feel like there was never much love for Deshaun Watson.
Oh, God.
And certainly what he did on the field did not help him at all.
All right. So, Bri, this summer, while you're taking time off, I'm going to need you to make a list. Okay? Get your pen and paper ready.
I got it.
You're going to make a list of your favorite summer hack topics. Okay? This year that people have talked about, because you listen to the radio just like I do. You
Sure.
know they're going to be out there. I want you to list some of the most asinine summer hack topics that you heard this summer. And when you come back, we will go through that as your top 3.
I will say, when you say favorite, I think you mean the ones that I hate the most.
Yes.
And so, because they're one thankfully we don't have to listen to anymore. The one I hated the absolute most was, should college kids get paid money? That was the absolute worst. I could not stand that.
We're done
People would just, I have nothing to talk about. Let me talk about that. So the laziest one ever. And then the other one, you're going to hear about it in the next month, I would guess, especially with some of the older guys on sports talk radio. The unwritten rules in baseball.
Oh, that's a great one.
The absolute worst. I mean, it could put me to sleep within 5 seconds when you start talking about that.
You keep a list of what you hear this summer as you're driving around, and you're like, and that's going to go in the legal ham of the face. We're going to talk about that on legal ham of the face. All right, Brian, for our last Fat Boy Tuesday with you until sometime, we're going to talk one of your favorite foods. Let's talk some ribs, buddy. Let's get into it.
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
Now, Brian, I know that we have talked ribs on here multiple times, and I know this is probably a rehatch of things that we've talked about over the past 5 years. But the Berea Rib Cook-Off was this weekend at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. So, Brian, I wanted to ask you if your tone has changed, if your taste buds have changed. What constitutes the perfect rib for you?
Well, usually a lot goes into it. I'm a fan of the smoked meats, and the people that know how to do it right really know how. And it takes a long time. You're talking about smoking it for several hours. You're talking about maybe starting it the day before, like brining it. I remember there have been a couple times. Usually I don't do it to where I go all in like that, to where you're brining it the day before, like apple juice, and then you're spraying it down with your spray bottle as you're smoking it. But yeah, every little bit counts. Certainly keeping the temperature in your smoker at the right levels. That's important. Then, the rub, I'm a fan. Some people just like the rubs. Some people don't like the rubs and just want to put barbecue sauce on it. I'm kind of a fan of both. Like if you have like a little contrast, as you know, with me and my wings, a little sweet, a little spicy, a little salty, kind of a little bit of everything. So I think just having fun playing around with it like that. And, as long as I don't like it. I've had it both ways to where, it falls off the bone. I need it to grab on just a little bit. Other times it's too tough. Exactly. I need it to grab on just a little bit.
You need a little bite to it.
Yeah, I need to pull it rather than me just biting into it and then it literally falling off, and then I'm left with like pulled pork.
I am like you. I am with the bite on that one. There is 2 different kinds that I like. Now, I always like sauce, barbecues, and I do different sauces. So I do love the ribs that come out with that beautiful dry rub with that caramelization on it. Like everything's charred up and it looks nice. And then you get like 3 sauces on the side. And you can kind of either dunk the rib in the sauce or you can spread it over one bone and kind of go at it that way. I like that. But then, Brian, I also love the ones that have, and they're mostly their baby backs. Now, I do love spare ribs. Don't get me wrong. I don't care either one. It does not bother me. But the baby backs that have been slathered up in sauce, thrown back on the grill, and got that char on them. You know what I'm talking about? That nice
absolutely.
crust, that nice little crust on them. And you just take a bite into them, and it's just. But I do love, seriously, I love the side sauces. Getting, let's say 3 or 4 sauces on the side. You got your nice dry rub right there in front of you. Take the pork bone right into one of the sauces. Try the sauce with it. Try it without the sauce. See how good the flavor is. Because I kind of treat ribs like steak. Like if it is cooked phenomenal, you don't need sauce on it. But every now and then you need to throw a little A1 or some Heinz 57 on that thing. So that's how I kind of do it. But I am definitely with you with the bite. Like I don't like it and it just falls off. Like I want a little pull to it when I bite into it.
Yeah, and my mom used to make really good. She hasn't made them in a while, but she used to make them. I believe she would either like make them in a crock pot or cook them in the oven, and then when they were just about done, throw them on the grill to get that char on it. And so, I like a little char as well. You're talking about the baby back ribs. I always get confused with, I believe you call them spare ribs. I might call them like St. Louis style or something. But I prefer the meat in between the bones, not piled on top. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, so you like the baby backs. You don't like the spare
in between the bones, to where you can see the bones, but the meat is in between. I've seen other ones that just have like hunks of meat on top of the bone.
So those are the St. Louis style. Those are the big pork. That's the pork spare ribs. So there's baby back and spare ribs, and spare ribs are the ones that have the big hunk of meat on top of them.
The meat on top. Okay. So like I said, I kind of get confused with that because I feel the reason I don't like those ones is I feel like I've had too many of those where it's just very fatty. Like that's another thing to where, if you smoke it for a long time, sometimes that fat will melt into the meat. But I've had too many times I'll get what looks like a great rib, I'll bite into it, and 70% of my first bite is just fat. And I just want to gag, So really that's where, I feel like ribs, like a burger. Yeah, there's some difference between a great burger and a burger that's kind of like a hockey puck, but either way, I'm eating both of those. Whereas ribs, there's such a difference between like a really good rib and a rib that's almost inedible for me.
All right. Now, one of my favorite things, even though they're a pain in the ass to eat, Applebee's riblets. What do you think about those?
I don't think I've ever had them, but every time I see them on the commercial, they look fantastic. There's no bone in them, right?
Oh, there's bones in them. They're little flat ones.
I gotcha.
So
I'd be all aboard.
All right. Well, you and I are going to have to go out to Applebee's sometime because it's $15.99. All you can eat riblet wings, riblets, boneless wings, and double crunch shrimp.
Ooh, okay. That sounds right up my alley.
Plus, we need to meet up so that we can get the belt back to Phillips.
Absolutely. Well, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll make my triumphant return. So I'll maybe throw it in my car. It's down here somewhere still.
Well, kiss it one more time before you have to give it away.
We went to, after Maddie's birthday, like I was saying at the beginning of the show, we went and got barbecue at City Barbecue. And no ribs, but I basically had everything else. Pulled chicken, pulled pork, like brisket, baked beans, the kielbasa, really good. Mac and cheese was awesome. Have you ever had City Barbecue?
I have not.
Yeah, really good.
Okay.
You'll have to check it out.
I'm curious about their kielbasa because here in Cleveland, they know how to do kielbasa. And everybody does it differently. I'm just curious how they do it. Because I like that.
Good. I wouldn't say it's great though. It was
good. I like
good.
that snap. I like that outer snap when you bite it.
You might have liked that.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have liked this then.
Right. Well, I'm
Is
glad to hear
what
that.
about up by you? Do they still have Dave's? Is Dave's
Oh, God,
barbecue?
yeah.
What was that called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Famous
I
Dave's.
love
It's
that.
still there.
Famous Dave's. That's right.
Still there in North Olmsted. I don't know how that thing's still. I think it's the only one still around, isn't it?
As
I
far
thought
as
they had
I
a
know,
couple, but
it's
yeah,
been 10, 12 years since I've been there.
yeah, they're still there. They're still kicking. So it's
I
been a
just
while since
love.
we've been there.
I'm a whore for the sauces. You know,
Oh,
I need to try every single one and get like a little. And that's what I did
what is it?
at City
Wilbur's
Barbecue.
Revenge. Wilbur's
Wilbur's
Revenge.
is that's the hot one,
That's the hot one.
or Devil's Spit? Isn't that called? Isn't that one of them?
I think that's one of them too. All right. Well, Brian, let's finish off our trivia tonight. All right.
Yep.
And then we'll get into our top three. All right. So I gave you, there's 10 teams that have never won an NBA championship, but there's 5 of those teams that have never been to the NBA finals. And I was wondering if you could name those teams.
I could take a stab at it for sure. First one that came to mind was the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Next one was the Pelicans.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is the Hornets.
Yes.
The Grizzlies.
I believe so. Never mind. Yes.
Grizzlies. Yeah, I didn't think. And then the last one, I don't really have a great answer for, so I will say, oh shoot, every team I'm thinking of is a no. Brooklyn Nets.
I believe so, but Minnesota Timberwolves.
Timberwolves
on
is
my
a
list.
fit. Okay,
That's on my list.
sure, that makes sense.
So just double checking. All right. So what was your last trivia to me?
The last 20 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys have won multiple MVPs.
Okay. So SGA,
There you go. There's one.
Joker.
There's 2.
So there's 2 off the board. LeBron.
LeBron has won it 4 times. He's the only guy won it more than twice. Won it 4 times.
So that's that one. Steph Curry.
There's number 4. Bring it on home. Sweep it.
Kevin Durant.
Good guess. He has only won 1, though.
Damn it. Russell Westbrook.
Has also won it once.
Who am I missing?
Last 20 years.
Is it a Boston guy?
Not a Boston guy. No, I don't know if any Boston guys have won it the last 20 years.
Western or Eastern Conference?
Eastern.
Embiid.
No, he's won it once, though. Also good guess.
Damn.
A guy that you will hear about a lot this summer from Cavs fans.
Oh, Giannis won it twice?
Giannis won it twice. I believe
Okay.
back to back. Mm-hmm.
All right. I didn't think Giannis won it twice. I thought he won it once. I was trying to think of guys like, Kevin Durant, obviously, and Embiid, I thought. But Giannis won it twice. All right. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Bring them on in. And LeBron. There's 6 MVPs right there to go with James Harden's MVP. So
And then
there's
maybe
7 MVPs we could have on our team, and that's probably none of them will even be our best player. Well, Giannis will probably be your best player if you get him.
That might
If he's-
lead
if
to a
he's
Donovan
healthy.
Mitchell MVP.
Could. Yeah. I mean, that's what you need. You need guys on the floor that can handle the ball and just lighten the load and go get your own shot, because the Cavs have James Harden and have Donovan Mitchell. You have 2 guys right now that can go get their own shot, whereas the Knicks
nobody
have
else can.
5.
Five guys that can go get their
The
shot.
Celtics probably have 4 or 5. And don't forget, I mean, we haven't mentioned them at all the show. The team that beat you last year, Indiana Pacers, are getting their superstar back next year. So there's another team that you're going to have to go through. So, and plus, we got lucky. We dodged a bullet that they had to give up their first round pick. Otherwise, they would have had a top 5 pick in this year's draft. But they got Halliburton, they got Siakam. So that's probably better than your best 1-2 punch right now.
James said, Bri, you will be missed. Have a good time and a blessed time.
Thank you, brother.
He'll be back.
I'll be back.
Hey,
I'm fine. I'm healthy. Prayers
he ain't
up.
leaving. And Justin said LeBron can take a walk off of beer at Lake Erie.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. Let's get our top 3 and let's get the hell out of here, Bri. All right. Just a quick, easy one to end the Bri time for the summer break. Bri, give me your top 3 things that you like to do with your family during the summer.
Okay. So now that I'm thinking family, when you said family 2 years ago, a little different than family now. Now that I have a 2-year-old. Yeah. So I'm having to change, like golfing would have been one, but now I don't think she's going golfing quite yet. So my number 3 is what I might do with her on Saturday. I got to clear it with the wife. She may be going to her first Guardians game on Saturday. So brother's going to be in town. I think my nephew and him are going to a Guards game. So as long as I can clear it with the wife, I'm going to try to take her to her first Guards game. So there's nothing better in the summertime in Cleveland, to get out there and sit in the stands and hopefully have a good time, maybe a cold beer and some sunshine. So that was my number 3. Number 2, we've done it a couple times the last few years where we just get like a lake house up by Lake Erie and just go to the beach, just kind of hang out there. We only have a few months throughout the entire year in Ohio to where you can go enjoy the North Shore. So just doing that and kind of living the beach life for a couple days. So that's my number 2. And then number 1, kind of a staple for anyone who lives in Northeast Ohio, and that's taking a trip up to Cedar Point.
All right. So Cedar Point is not on my list because we have not taken the boys yet, but this might be their first year of going there.
Okay.
So number 3 for me, Bri, is Huntington Beach. They're in Westlake. Well, actually, it's Bay Village, I think it is. But that's where we go at. We go there. Like you said, you only got a little bit of time to enjoy the North Shore.
Right.
Let's go swimming, everything else. It's just a nice area. Hang out, and then we go hit up an ice cream place on the way back. It's just
there you go.
It's a beautiful day. You got to go to the lake and enjoy the lake. Number 2 for me, which we're going to be doing a lot more of this year, is probably fishing. My boys love fishing. We got the great metro parks and everything else around here that we go fishing at. Plus, there's a few other spots that we know at that we go fishing here. And Brian, my number 1, and it has always been this way with the kids, even when they were Maddie's age, it's the Cleveland Metro Parks. Just taking a stroll, coming home from work after our mornings on the weekends, and you know how those go. You're already primed up and everything else. Be like, come on, kids, we're going to go for a walk. And just go walk down through, like we do there in North Olmsted, the Rocky River Reservation, down through there where Big Met and Little Met is. We'll walk down through there, just walk the river, have the kids skip rocks, everything else. Like, just enjoy the day. A beautiful day it is, especially at the greatest, like Cleveland Metro Parks here are amazing, Bri. They truly are. So we get out and try to enjoy those as much as possible. And honorable mention, Bri, you say a Guards game. I have not taken my boys to a Guards game yet, but we do hit up the Lake Erie Crushers out here
Oh,
in
yeah.
Avon. So we do
Sure.
a little minor league baseball. Go out there, just enjoy the evening. And also another honorable mention, Brian, drive-in. They're in North Ridgeville. You got to drive-in movies.
Oh, yeah.
8 o'clock at night, you just pull in. 9 o'clock at night, wait for the movie to start. You just kick back in your car and just watch a movie with the kids. So
Awesome.
So those are mine. Bri, I wish you a great summer. Obviously, we'll be talking throughout the summer.
Yeah, I'll see you. Like I said, hopefully on Sunday.
And if I need you to hop in, I'll force you to hop in for one show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the wife will deal with it if I got to hop on here for a little bit on a Tuesday night. Put her to bed early and then hop on with you.
That's you put the whiskey on the gums, Bri, and that will
That will works. I won't have child services coming after me with that one.
no, that's perfectly fine. She'll be fine. That's they
Okay.
did it to us as kids, and don't let them lie to you. They're like, no, we never did that. They did it. They did it. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Justin, James, dialogue in here, all the comments. I mean, even somebody said I look good tonight. Where was that at? Yeah, there it is. Claire
He's
Mason
married.
said you look nice today. I appreciate
She's
it.
married. Mm-hmm.
It's all right. It's all right. But thank you guys so much for the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Please go give us that like and subscribe on all of our channels at Ham Legal. Also at Network 216. Justin chimed in, said camping at Salt Fork, boating, fishing, and Cedar Point. Cedar Point is on his. Oh, can we throw in water jet skis on that too?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, like my list 2 years ago would have been going to Blossom, going cabrewing, and golfing. So unfortunately, they don't make the list as family fun anymore. Maybe cabrewing in a couple years, she might be in for floating down the river.
All you got to do is strap her in one of those dad onesies, little harnesses. Be like, baby, we're going floating. Let's go.
I think we can make that happen. The water's not that deep.
I am sure you can. Hey, we want to thank our troops and first responders. Like I said, you guys are amazing. Cannot do anything like we do now if it wasn't for you guys and the sacrifices you guys make. All right, Brian, God bless them.
God bless you. God bless America. Have a blessed summer, everybody.
All right, we will see you guys. It might be next week. I don't know if I'm taking a week off yet or not, but I will be at some point in time. So we'll catch you guys here soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are definitely uncorked, unloaded. We're out. We will see you probably next Tuesday.